America's #1 zombie record.
And 30 seconds, people.
Hello to you. Donnie here. How many so-called people will be playing? Ah, the single-player experience. Why not? Go ahead and typo in your name. Okay, now here's what's going to happen, Stance. You will see... Okay, let's cut to the taste.
Today's wrong answer of the game is brought to you by Fashion Barrel Barrelware. Comfort, freedom, style, and the faint smell of pickles. Wear your wood well.
All right, here we go. Right off the bat, I can't feel my potatoes. Oh, I love Pringles. You know what their slogan says? Once you pop, you can't stop. It's so true. If once you popped, you couldn't stop, and you decided to enter a 12-step program at Pringleholics Anonymous, what would be the first step? Weaning yourself away from Pringles, helping others with their Pringle problems, asking forgiveness. The first step of the 12-step program, as created by AA, is admitting you have a problem and are powerless to your addiction. For the record, I certainly don't have a Pringle problem. I only eat them at parties and nightclub bathrooms and in bed while watching old episodes of Love Connection. Coming up next, make this your main profile question? Who would most likely use the famous surgeon's photograph as their main profile pic on Facebook? Albert Einstein, Dr. Robert Jarvik, Marilyn Monroe, or Nessie the Loch Ness Monster? The famous photograph of Nessie poking her head out of the water is known as the surgeon's photograph because it was supposedly taken by a doctor. And since then, the photo has indeed proven to be doctored. By the way, Nessie enjoys water skiing, long walks on the beach at night, and playing Mafia Wars. Oh, and she's a die-hard Christian. Open wide for Who Be You? Which arrangement of B words fills in the following blanks? Blank movie, blank Arthur, blank cool, Sloop John blank. BBBB, 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 or BBBB. B movie, B Arthur, B cool, the 2005 movie starring John Travolta, and Sloop John B, the Beach Boys song. Hey Beach Boys, BB. One thing I'm very proud of is that I got straight B's in college, cause hepatitis C is the bad one, right? Everybody quattro, hey! I call this one vegetable. Which VeggieTales character would be classified as having an ectomorph body type? Bob the Tomato, Archibald Asparagus, Larry the Cucumber, or Jerry Gourd? Ectomorphs have thin, narrow chests and abdomens. Which is too skinny if you ask me. Personally, I prefer something with a little meat on its bones. Or any meat. Or bones. Like chicken wings. I'm hungry.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
It's time for Yo-Ho Ow! And it's a this or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 things, and for each one, tell me if it's a type of ab exercise, part of a pirate ship, or both. If it's an ab exercise, press 1 on your keyboard. If it's part of a pirate ship, press I understand, no need for instructions. Great. Flying jib, captain's chair, plank, ball bridge, keel, cable chops, foreboom. Well, you didn't find the hidden treasure, but you didn't lose an eye. Of course, the easiest exercise for a pirate to do is the amputated leg lift. That's the end of a thrilling first round. And you should be very proud of that score, 'cause I'm not. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. And keep in mind, our wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting to be picked. Okay, we're bringing it on. Why not try I Can't Quit You movie franchise? Suppose they make a sequel to Brokeback Mountain set on the second tallest mountain in the world. What might it be called? Brokeback K2? Brokeback Mountain 2 Matterhorny? Brokeback 2 Never Rest on Everest? Or Broke Black Mountain? The mountain known as K2 on the border of Pakistan and China is the second tallest mountain in the world after Mount Everest. Personally, I prefer Brokeback Mountain, the remount. Here's one for you. My accountant's a real joker. Why might an accountant use a Heath ledger? To keep track of his nerves, to keep track of his livestock. Accountants use ledgers to keep track of things, like heath, a kind of shrubbery. And after a full day of shrubbery accounting, I'm sure he's pretty bushed.
Plucking chickens, picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
Pucker up for American literature is garbage. Okay, somebody sent in somebody's trash.
Looking through your trash bag. What's it say about you? Funky trash.
All right. This steaming pile of trash smells literary. Let's see what we can find. There's an ambulance driver's license from World War I, some Cuban cigar butts, and an empty bottle of foot cream specifically designed for six-toed cats. What famous author does this trash belong to? Mark Twain, John Steinbeck, Ernest Hemingway, or Toni Morrison? Ernest Hemingway was a volunteer ambulance driver in World War I, spent 20 years living in Cuba, and owned a collection of six-toed cats known as Hemingway cats. Let's see what else Hemingway threw out. Oh, what's this? A Farewell to Arms 2, Armless and Lovin' It. Jeez, I'll just put that back in the garbage.
Scrolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me,
How about, I'd like to make a reservation for 6.3 people, please. Based on the average household size in the United States, what might you expect to hear at one of these restaurants? Table for 2.6 at the Cheesecake Factory, table for 2.9 at Red Robin, table... One right answer coming up. The average American household is made up of 2.6 people, give or take an arm or a torso. Though if you base it on weight, that number increases significantly after eating at Cheesecake Factory. You're wrong! Wow, that was a lot more fun than a barrel of crackers. And speaking of barrels, you want a designer barrel courtesy of our sponsor, Fashion Barrel Barrelware. You're going to like the way you look. In a barrel, I guarantee it. In a barrel. Today's wrong answer of the game gets you another 8,000 on top of your current score. Sweet.
Hold me, never let me go.
Coming up, fries or tater tots? Hey, did you know King Tut was just 9 years old when he became Pharaoh of Egypt? Probably still read the Egyptian funny papers every day. Considering which animal the Egyptians worshipped, which ancient comic strip character would King Tut have enjoyed the most? Garfield Hotep? The ancient Egyptians were known to revere and worship cats, like Garfield and Garfield Hotep. And they hated Mondays. Step right up. Of course, who wants to hear my yapping? No, I'm still doing it. Sorry, here you go. A banana by any other name would smell as banana eat. Perhaps you know these foods by their aliases. Good luck. all she wrote! In honor of that incredible performance, I got you this cupcake. Okay, now blow out the candle. Come on, blow it out. Blow out the candle, damn it! I go through the trouble of making you a cupcake and... Get it, I'll eat it. Oh. Oh, yeah.
You don't know Jack!
Good game, everyone. Donnie, what's next?
Just give me the single if you want to proceed with continuation.
Pretty good, Bill. Wish I could say the same for you there.
30 seconds to air.
Shalom, I'm Donnie. How many people are praying today? One player. This should be a Febreze. Enter your name for me, if you please. Great.
Okay, folks, we're getting close. 10 seconds.
Bon voyeur.
Let's do a maroon check.
Hey, are you
6,
really God?
5,
Go to black?
4,
Look for the new Bible action figure, Larry the Leper, parts sold separately.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, but my good friends call me Christy Yamaguchi. Couldn't get anyone to join you, huh? Yeah, I know how you feel. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by
Romantic Clip Tandem Toenail Clippers. Because the couple that clips together stays together.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Okay, let's get this show on the road. To begin with, to era is human. Hey, what's going on? The Paleozoic era, the Cenozoic era, the Mesozoic era, or the Proterozoic era? The Cenozoic era is what's been going on geologically for the last 65 million years. Same crap, different epoch. This one's called Menage a Tub. You know that nursery rhyme, rub-a-dub-dub? What the hell are those three men doing in a tub anyway? Sounds like some sort of strange Cialis commercial. Suppose the three men in a tub are floating along in the ocean when they hit a giant iceberg. If their survival rate is the same as the people on the Titanic, who will survive? The butcher, and the baker, the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker, or they'll all die. On the Titanic, about 1,500 people died and just over 700 people survived. So roughly 1 in 3 people survived, like the butcher. Just his luck. The butcher survives and all he has to eat is fish. Why not try a profound tweet? Because he famously penned the line, "Brevity is the soul of wit," which author would probably be a fan of Twitter? At Oscar_WildE, at YogiBerra8, at the_real_... Shakespeare wrote, "Brevity is the soul of wit" for Polonius during the second act of Hamlet. Or as Hamlet is called in tweet speak, Ham. Everybody quattro, everybody quattro, hey! This one's known as getting shot with a t-shirt gun. If the mascot for the San Jose Sharks wanted to mirror the feud in West Side Story, what team would he taunt with vicious finger snaps? The Houston Rockets, the New York Jets, the LA Clippers? Why didn't you pick this? The Jets are the rivals to the Sharks in West Side Story. So while it would be weird for a hockey mascot to taunt a football mascot, you can't always predict hate. But for the sake of innocent civilians, hopefully the mindless violence wouldn't escalate to drive-by dancings. You just clipped yourself. But you know what can clip yourself and a significant other? A tandem toenail clipper, just like the one you won from Romantic Clip Tandem Toenail Clippers. Because you can't spell cuticle without cute. Today's wrong answer of the game is worth a tidy $4,000. There you go.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
And on its way, close the door, I'm undressing. And hey, it's a dis or dat. I'm gonna read you a list of 7 names. For each one, you need to tell me whether it's the name of a brand of ranch salad dressing or The name of a legal brothel in Nevada. If it's a ranch dressing, press the number 1. If it's a Nevada brothel, press okay, great. Let's just get right to it. Hidden Valley Ranch, Cherry Patch Ranch, Moonlight Bunny Ranch, Wishbone Ranch, Chicken Ranch, Annie's Naturals Cowgirl Ranch, Marie's Creamy Ranch. Not bad. Next time, try looking at the screen the entire time instead of trying to peek at my croutons. And of course, this goes for both of these categories. If you smell blue cheese, ask for a refund immediately. Let's say so long to round 1. And you're in pretty good shape for now. Keep in mind, in round 2, everything is worth twice as much. Let's see what's in store. It's time for Show Me the Moonie. About how long was Neil Armstrong's historic walk on the moon? As long as it takes to moon someone out your car window. As long as Michael Jackson's moonwalk song Billie Jean. As long as the This answer is not your lover. It's just an answer who claimed that it was the one. Where's that confounded right answer? Neil Armstrong's walk on the moon was about 2.5 hours long, so if you include previews and credits, yeah, it's about that. That is, unless you believe the moon landing was also just a cleverly made movie. I call this one Comfy in Nautica. How many Snuggies would a giant squid need in order to accommodate all of its appendages? 4 Snuggies, 5 Snuggies, 8 Snuggies, or 10 Snuggies? Okay, 4 is a good guess, but I may have gotten you on a tentacality. I mean a tentacleality. Whatever. It's so obvious. All squids have 8 arms plus 2 longer tentacles. So with 2 armholes each, a squid would need 5 Snuggies. Of course, I only have 2 arms, but I have 5 Snuggies just for variety.
Plucking chickens, picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
Try this on for size. Arch, your arch enemy.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right.
Okay, it's an order question, which means I'm giving out a $1,000 bonus to anybody who gets it right. So, put these things in chronological order based on when they first appeared. The St. Louis Arch, the McDonald's Golden Arches, the Archie comics. Archie Golden Arches Arch, Arch Golden Arches Archie, Golden Arches Arch Archie, or Archie Arch Golden Arches. Way to go, Jughead. Want to see the right answer? Archie was introduced in 1941, the McDonald's Arches in 1962, and the St. Louis Arch was completed in 1965. And after reading the scathing book on American fast food production, Fast Food Nation, I'll never be able to pick up another Archie comic book, because I realized I hate to read.
Scrolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me,
Open wide for Drill Baby Drill. So with all these ecological disasters happening around the world, you'd think folks would be ready to embrace alternative forms of energy. Not so. Which protest sign would you see Don Quixote carrying at an anti-environment rally? Wind turbines can blow me, solar panels aren't very bright, thermal energy... In Cervantes' novel, Don Quixote thinks windmills are evil, ferocious giants. I think Don Quixote watches too much Fox News.
Hold me, never let me go. Am I dreaming?
Next up, it's snowing dogs and dogs. Suppose American Idol's Randy Jackson judged an Iditarod competition. If he were judging a team with the maximum allowable number of dogs, what would he say? Yo, you 6 dogs a killer! Check it, you 8 dogs and nailed it! You 12 dogs were hot tonight! Or, listen, you... No! Be smarter! Be smarter! Oh, honestly. A musher is allowed to have up to 16 dogs in the Iditarod. At this point, they might as well just add a team of dogs to American Idol's contestant list. Like our intern Kyle here, who auditioned last season. Hey Kyle, sing something!
If I know that I can find love.
Welcome to the... I'm sorry, was I talking too much? Fine, here's your clue. You have a nice scalp, so stop hiding it. Please take off your headgear when you go indoors. Good luck. That's the game! Well, I promised myself I wouldn't be negative at the end of the game, regardless of the outcome. So, well, you certainly buzzed into questions, and you finished the game. Kudos to that.
You don't know Jack!
Good job, everyone. Donnie, what are we doing?
Hey, are you...
The young man lit his shirt on fire before...
We're at 30 seconds.
Hi there, I'm Donnie. So, how many players will be employing our little game? All alone. Exciting. Type in your nomenclature, won't you? Perfect.
Okay, guys, let's get ready. 10 seconds.
Have Funyun.
Can I get a gangster check?
6, 5,
Okay, fade to black.
3.
Vader is still Luke's father.
I'm Cookie Masterson, and I came here to kick butt and chew gum. And I just ran out of chewing gum. A single-player game, I see. Yeah, thanks for making us go through all the effort. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by...
Granny's Roach Butter. Slow-churned, down-home, authentic roach flavor and love.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. So, why not get started? Let's begin with John and Kate plus eggs. Suppose John and Kate Gosselin had 8 goslings instead of children. In keeping with the mating habits of geese, how long should John and Kate stay together? 1 mating season, for a few days, for life, or until their acting careers take off? Geese, unlike John and Kate, mate for life. Also, I learned by watching Dancing with the Stars that geese are great dancers when compared to Kate Gosselin. Coming up next, honk if horny. If car horns only played songs that came from the same country as the cars were originally manufactured in, which horn would come with the BMW? Horn 1, La Cucaracha. Horn 2, O Tannenbaum. Horn 3, The Streets of Cairo. Or Horn 4, Dixieland. Allow me. The BMW and the Christmas song O Tannenbaum are both German. I'm not sure what country my car is from exactly, but based on the horn, it's wherever that I'm a Barbie Girl song was recorded. BMWs probably wouldn't play a Spanish song like La Cucaracha. But since La Cucaracha means the cockroach, it is a song you might want to play while enjoying a year's supply of roach butter from Granny's Roach Butter. Only Grandma has the loving patience to milk a roach. This wrong answer of the game just got you an extra 4,000 smackers. Congratulations. May I introduce solid unsalted gold? If rolled gold introduced a pretzel made of 99% pure gold, what would it be called? 10-carat tiny twist pretzels, 16-carat classic-style pretzel rods, 24-carat low-fat pretzel sticks, or 30-carat honey wheat braided twist? 24-karat gold is an alloy made of 99 to 99.9% pure gold. I've made my own prototype here, and let me tell you, it tastes... Ow! Ow!
Everybody quattro! Everybody quattro! Hey!
Up next, you're in McEcstasy. And oh yeah, baby, it's a dis or dat. I am going to read 7 phrases. For each one, I want you to tell me if it's a McDonald's slogan or a song by Barry White. If it's McDonald's, press 1. If it's Barry White, or we could just get started. What you want is what you get. Every time a good time. I'm qualified to set. Put a smile on. I've got so much to give. I'm loving it. Never gonna give you up.
Oh, baby, your mediocrity is turning me on. Very slightly, but I can feel a subtle difference.
You know, maybe McDonald's should start writing sexy love songs for their ads. Their products already sound sexy. Big and tasty, quarter pounder, chicken strips, apple turnover.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
Take a good look at 10 lines of the nude and famous. Based on their heights, which of these pasty nudes would need to spend the most time in a spray tan booth? Rodin's The Thinker, Michelangelo's David, Alexandros' Venus de Milo, or Myron's The Discus Thrower? Michelangelo's original sculpture stands ripped at approximately 14.5 feet, by far the tallest of these 4. Although if he were sprayed orange, people might just think it's a 14-foot statue of Regis Philbin. Round 1 is in the books. And you're doing pretty well, probably because there's no competition. Remember, in round 2, every question is worth double. Okay, how about it? Let's try. The doctor will see you now, Ms. Montana. Let me see if I got this straight. Miley Cyrus plays Hannah Montana, but all her little fangirls know it's Miley Cyrus. But when she tours as Hannah Montana, and there was a movie about this, and hang on. The Miley Cyrus Hannah Montana phenomenon is best explained by what medical diagnosis? Munchausen syndrome by proxy? Obsessive-compulsive disorder? Dissociative identity disorder is a fancy doctorin way of saying multiple personalities. I think it's fascinating how you can simultaneously have 2 personalities and no personality.
Question 7.
And now, I admit to letting the dogs out. Hi everybody, I'm here with everyone's favorite ventriloquist dummy, Billy O'Brien. And I'm here with everybody's favorite dummy ventriloquist, Cookie Masterson.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me. What news do you bring today, Billy? I'm dying. You're dying? Oh my God, Billy. No, I'm not dying. I'm dying a children toots. I want to die a dog to win Destin show at the Westminster Dog Show. If my best debt was to have a dog in the herding category, which toots should I purchase? A Doberman Pinscher, a Pomeranian, a Border Collie, or a miniature... A Border Collie is the only dog on this list that could compete in the herding category at the Westminster Dog Show.
I want to win Destin Show because my days are numbered.
Your days are numbered? Billy, you said you weren't dying.
I'm not, Dunny. I just have a very detailed numeric day schedule.
Locking chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
Here's one I like to call, oh, I've never tried the global position. If your GPS told you to drive as the crow flies, what would it be telling you to do?
Drive in circles for 3.3 miles.
As the crow flies refers to moving in a straight line. The GPS voice is so trustworthy and comforting. Sometimes during a long drive, I tell her my secrets.
Scrolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, I'm not nice.
Here's one for you. Okay, say you get mad at somebody while talking on your BlackBerry and you make a fart noise at them, aka a raspberry. You know, if the spit from your raspberry mixes with your BlackBerry, what new phone might form? An elderberry curve, a cranberry bold, a gooseberry storm, or a loganberry tour? No, but I once endured a gooseberry storm when a flock of geese flew over my sunbathing deck. Watch how easy this is. In the botanical world, when a raspberry and a blackberry join together in a magical union, you get a loganberry. A great feature of the loganberry phones is, if you accidentally eat your phone, you can then poop it out and the seeds will eventually produce several more phones, with proper gardening.
Hold me, never let me go. And my dream
Take a stab at your mom's an empowered woman. Imagine this. One day your mom shows you a tattoo across her lower back and tells you the tattoo is an ambigram. Which of these responses to your mom's new tattoo is also an ambigram? What did you, Mom? You did what? What the f, Mom? Tramp stamp. Or, Mom, wow. An ambigram is an image or text that looks the same right side up and upside down. But why would she want one on her lower back? I mean, no one will ever see it upside down, right? Right? Brace yourself for... Well, don't mind me then. Here's your clue. What are you searching for? I hope it's something good. Good luck. There you have it! Well, looky there, you made it to the big time. So now that you're here, you should probably start scheduling your plastic surgery. Oh, and get yourself a pet monkey and some Bulgari sunglasses for you and the monkey.
You don't know
That's a wrap. Donnie, what's happening?
Okay, keep me a piece if you'd like to engage in another tournament.
Demonstrators through hot dog.
We're going in 30 seconds.
Hey there, Donnie is my monocle. How many players are you? All by your Lone Star? No problem. First off, let's get your name. Excellent.
We're almost at go. 10 seconds.
Catch you on the flap side.
Cartoon sound effect check, please.
6, 5,
Go to black.
4, 3.
7 WEOB, The Asylum.
Hey there, I'm Cookie Masterson, and don't worry, this isn't my first love scene. Playing by yourself? Well, at least you won't come in second. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by
Brown Anna Banana Toasters. For a perfectly toasted banana the first time and every time. Say, nice banana.
Try to choose the wrong answer, brought to you by our sponsor, to get prizes and cash. And we're off. First on the docket, will you calamari me? If Nadia Suleiman, better known as the Octomom, actually behaved like a female octopus, what would happen after she gave birth? She'd die, her spine would dissolve, she'd eat her children, or she'd eat the genitals of the father of her children. No, but if she did do that, she could star in her own TV show called Octomom Nom Nom. Here's what a right answer looks like. Female octopuses, octopi? Whatever. Die shortly after their eggs hatch, so the Octomom would unfortunately kick the bucket. Then they bury her in one casket and her uterus in another. How about I Heart Atom? If Albert Einstein had written a romantic comedy about the atomic relationship between neutrons and electrons, which Jennifer Aniston flick would have provided the most appropriate title? The Breakup, The Object of My Affection, He's Just Not That Into You, or Leprechaun? Because neutrons have no electrical charge, the negatively charged electrons are not and never will be attracted to them. But I did see a picture in Us Weekly of an electron getting frozen yogurt with a proton in Palm Springs. Woo! Next, bed bugs, bye bye bye, and it's a toxic dis or dat. I'm gonna read you a list of 7 names. For each one, you need to tell me if it's a boy band or an insect repellent brand. If it's a boy band, press 1 on your keyboard. If it's insect repellent, press the you're familiar with the dis or dat. Perfect. Take that! Cutter! 98 degrees! Damage! Off! Ultra pure! Ozone! On a scale of Joey Fatone to Justin Timberlake, I'd say that performance was a Lance Bass. Nice, but nothing special. I play the 98 Degrees Christmas CD to keep ants out of my kitchen.
Everybody quattro, everybody quattro, hey!
Here we have Facelift Book. Which website would not be a fancier version of Facebook? Physiognomy Book, Natees Book, Countenance Book, or Visage Book? Natees Book would be a fancy name for Ass Book. And trust me, you don't want your friend to poke you on Ass Book.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
Here's a good one. Gory. Suppose Al Gore gets gored during the running of the bulls in Spain. If he demands a recount of all the bulls and steers in the run, what will the recount find? 12 suspicious bulls and steers? 20 dubious bulls and steers? 36 fishy bulls and steers? Or 51 questionable bulls and steers? Fishy steers? We're playing a trivia game here and you're trying to order surf and turf? Smart people choose this. Each day of the running of the Bulls Festival, 6 bulls are released along with 6 steer, so 12 animals in total. The bull's horn didn't pierce Al Gore all the way through. It just left him with dangling chaps. That'll wrap up round 1. And you've got a decent score there. Don't screw it up. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round 2. And lest you forget, the wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting for you. All right, let's get back to it. Coming up, I love you, Meth Cooper. I've been watching that AMC show Breaking Bad about a high school chemistry teacher who uses his science powers for evil by manufacturing drugs. And speaking of chemistry, the title Breaking Bad contains several chemical symbols such as Br, K, N, and Ba. So now it's time for a chemistry pop quiz. Which of those symbols have I matched with the wrong name? Bromine, Br, potassium, K, nickel, N. Here's what you meant to pick. N stands for nitrogen. Nickel is Ni. Chemistry was never my strong suit in high school. And by that I mean I didn't have chemistry with anyone of the opposite sex, or the same sex, really. No, for some reason, K is the symbol for potassium. Just like there's an abundance of potassium in bananas, which will go great with your brand new banana toaster from Brownana's Banana Toasters, because bananas were never meant to be eaten at room temperature. This wrong answer of the game has earned you a sweet 8,000 clams. Well done.
Question 7.
Open wide for this heavy metal band is confusing. What might a typical headbanger yell at a Satan-worshipping death metal concert? Neptune's moon rocks! Helicopters kick ass! Meat substitutes rule! Whales wail! Seitan is a common vegetarian meat substitute made from cooked wheat gluten. Yeah, that should be a pretty awesome concert.
Locking chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
How about Referio? I don't know if you've ever been to Rio de Janeiro, but they have that giant stone statue looming over the city called Christ the Redeemer. It's real famous. If Rio's Christ the Redeemer statue were refereeing a game played by other giant statues, what call would he be making? Touchdown, safe, traveling, or pass interference? The Christ the Redeemer statue's arms are stuck straight out to the sides, sort of like an umpire calling a baseball player safe. Still, Christ would make a pretty annoying ump, constantly saying things like, you know, the only way to be truly safe is to accept me as your personal savior.
Scrolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, I'm 99.
Next up, stop rhyming now, I mean it. Eating which of these snacks would make Mr. Peanut a cannibal? Corn nuts, Cracker Jacks, grape nuts, or munchies? Yeah, you get the munchies a lot, don't you? This would have worked. Cracker Jacks is the only snack listed that contains nuts. What does Mr. Peanut eat anyway? I'm guessing it's a lot of fish. Don't know why. Just seems like he'd eat a lot of fish. Maybe it's the monocle.
Hold me, never let me go. Am I dreaming? Question 10.
Take a good look at Big Dickens. Which Charles Dickens novel ends most like the way The Sopranos ended? Great Expectations, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, A Christmas Carol, or Little Dorrit? You should read the sequel to Great Expectations. It's called Suffocating Disappointment. Now pay attention. Dickens died before finishing The Mystery of Edwin Drood, so it pretty much stops without getting to an ending, just as, love it or hate it, the last episode of The Sopranos dramatically cuts to black. I hate it when things don't have proper endings. Reminds me of a joke. A mobster, a writer, and a turn-of-the-century British street urchin walk into a... Well... Oh, you know all about the attack. Lovely. Here's your clue. Sequel. The subtitle. Get ready for a massive disappointment. Good luck. There it is! Nice. That was right up there with the best sequels. Godfather 2, Spider-Man 2, Weekend at Bernie's 2.
You don't know Jack!
Good game, everyone. Donnie, what's next?
All right then. Have you any tinkle?
Insulating your home and other uses for...
30 seconds to places.
Donnie here. Thanks for joining us. How many people? Just you. That's not surprising. Go ahead and enter your name.
There should be 3 fire extinguishers in the booth and in the studio.
Fantastic.
We're almost at places. 10 seconds.
Best of luck.
Let's check the bees.
6, 5,
Go to black.
4, 3.
They're not dolls!
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and you know, this music is kinda scaring me. Playing alone, are we? Don't worry, I'm here. And today's wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
Hop Along Harry's One Leg at a Time Pantorium. If you've only got one leg, you've only got one option. Hop Along Harry's.
Pick the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to win a fabulous prize and big cash. And right this way. First question. Coffee is dead to me. Suppose Coffee Mate comes out with a new coffee creamer called Cream Mate. If it only dissolves at the minimum human body cremation temperature, how hot would your coffee have to be? 800 degrees Fahrenheit, 1400 degrees Fahrenheit, 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, or 2600 degrees Fahrenheit? What the hell? Here's where the money is. In crematoriums, bodies are burned between 1400 and 1800 degrees, generally speaking. If the temperature drops below 1400, you might end up with a thumb in your decorative urn. And with coffee that hot, the side of the McDonald's cup would read, "Warning, if you are reading this, then you have 4th degree burns." This one's known as Rhyme of the Ancient Soulja Boy. The best rappers have such a nimble control over words that their songs rival the work of the Romantic-era poets. And then there's Soulja Boy Tell 'em. Suppose Soulja Boy wanted to bust some rhymes with a rap adaptation of the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. For the music video, what would be an appropriate choice of bling? A platinum pelican ring, whale-shaped diamond earrings, a grill that spells shark attack, or a chain with an iced-out albatross? In Samuel Taylor Coleridge's poem, the mariner kills an albatross and then is punished by having to wear it around his neck. If he ever makes a tutorial video on how to do the dance steps, I'd be really curious to see how one goes about albatrossing that hoe. Up next, Olive Garden. Suppose the Olive Garden slogan, "When you're here, your family," were literally true. Because they're not related, which dining duo would suddenly share the same genetic makeup? Bob Dylan passing breadsticks to Jacob Dylan, John Voight laughing with Angelina Jolie, Ed Harris cutting chicken parm for Neil Patrick Harris, or Charlie Sheen sharing lasagna with Emilio Estevez. Ed Harris is not related to Neil Patrick Harris. They should change their slogan to, "When you're here, it's because you couldn't make reservations at a better Italian restaurant."
Everybody quattro, everybody quattro, hey!
Next, I'll pop a Capulet in your assulet. Remember when Juliet said, "Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?" Well, which of these song titles correctly uses the word wherefore? Wherefore's the frequency, Kenneth? Wherefore let the dogs out? Wherefore do fools fall in love? Or wherefore everybody knows your name? The word wherefore, believe it or not, means why. That reminds me, I need to ask my psychiatrist wherefore I cry myself to sleep every night.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
May I introduce a diaper rash of success, and it's a dis or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 words or expressions, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's written on an inspirational poster sold by Successories. You know, those posters that have a picture of a mountain and then underneath is written teamwork. Those posters. Or a brand of adult diapers. If it's from an inspirational Successories poster, press the number 1. If it's an adult diaper, press 2. Oh, you already know how to play. Fine. Opportunity. Dignity. Certainty. Poise. Confidence. Tranquility. Perseverance. Not bad. It's like you made it through the whole day and only let out a couple tiny poop pellets, but no full turds. I've been looking around on Successories' website, and they have tons more posters that would make good names for adult diapers. My personal favorites are Let It Flow and Make Your Mark. That'll bring an end to our first round. And surprisingly, you're doing pretty well. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And remember, our wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting to be picked. Well, no time like the present. Here's one for you. I said help, not kelp. Who could really use a hand? Luke Skywalker, Lord Voldemort, Bazooka Joe, or Captain A? No, I'll get this. If you remember, Luke lost his hand in episode 5 when his dad cut it off with his big flashlight sword thingy. So he could really use a hand. Sure, Luke eventually got a prosthesis, but it never felt quite right. Why? Well, he just couldn't put his finger on it. No, Captain Ahab could use a leg. You know what else he could use? A stylish pants, like the one you've just won from Hopalong Harry's One Leg at a Time Pantorium, your one-stop shop for fine pant and slack. Today's wrong answer of the game is accompanied by an $8,000 cash bonus. Have at it.
Question 7.
Let's try. Look what that Muppet did to the rug. If Muppet Dog Rolf is rollfulling, what dog trick did you teach him? Play dead, roll over. ROFL is an internet acronym for rolling on the floor laughing. So Rolf would be rolling over and laughing at you. The easiest trick to get a Muppet to do is stay. You just take your arm out of it.
Locking chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
Here we have Old Derriere. So they say it's impossible to drink a gallon of milk in an hour. I say phooey. That's why I've recruited stagehand Old Man to put this one to the test. Now, Old Man, you've been drinking that gallon for about 59 minutes, am I right?
That's right, Cookie. I'm almost there. I can almost taste the victory. Tastes kind of like milk.
You can do it. I got a buck riding on this, so don't screw it up. Now, old man says he can almost taste the victory. If his attempt at finishing a gallon of milk in an hour results in a Pyrrhic victory, what will happen? He'll finish the gallon, then finish another gallon. He'll finish the gallon, but will be violently ill for weeks. He'll finish the gallon, but a Pyrrhic victory is a victory that's gained at a great cost. In this case, weeks of lactose-induced intestinal chaos.
Well, it's a good thing I'm wearing my nappies. Those things can hold anything. Almost anything. Towel!
Strolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, I'm 99.
Say hello to... cereal! Which of these breakfast cereal mascots would give Jonathan Harker nightmares? Toucan Sam, Count... Harker is a character from Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, and Count Chocula is some kind of a chocolate-loving vampire. I once had a very scary nightmare with Dracula in it. Yeah, see, Dracula and I were playing backgammon when suddenly I had to give a big important speech in front of an audience. Oh.
Hold me, never let me go. And my
Here's one I like to call Suck of the Irish. Which famous movie kiss best replicates the experience of kissing the Blarney Stone? The Lady and the Tramp kiss, the Brokeback Mountain kiss, the Ghost kiss, or the Spider-Man kiss? The classic Spider-Man kiss involved Spider-Man hanging upside down and kissing MJ. And in order to kiss the famous Blarney Stone in Ireland, you have to hang upside down. It's very similar. See, in one scenario, Tobey Maguire kisses a dripping wet Kirsten Dunst. And in the other scenario, you're dangled upside down by an elderly Irish man so you can bring your mouth into contact with 7 centuries of bacteria. Step. I see you don't need me for anything. It's all yours. You have 7 what? I'll show you my 7 if you show me yours. Good luck. That's the game! Talk about lucky number 7. You should really get yourself to Vegas and hit up those craps tables. Wait, is the 7 good or bad? Is there a 7? This is why I don't go to Vegas.
You don't know Jack!
Nice work, folks. Donnie, what's going on?
So, are you thinking you'd like to enrage more time?
America strongly suggest using...
This is 30 seconds, folks.
Well, howdy, I'm Donnie. Won't you please informate me how many players? All alone. Exciting. Type in your nomenclature, won't you? Perfect.
Okay, you're ready on set. 10 seconds.
Happy trials.
Run the balloon check.
6, 5,
Let's go to black.
3.
In order for some rides to work, you must consciously think that you are riding them.
Hey, Cookie here. I've got a reality show for you. My dad yelled horrible things at me as a child. There's your reality show. No friends, huh? Where'd you just get out of prison? And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by
Bloodco. All your blood needs without the mess and fuss. Any type, any thickness, any gender. Bloodco.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. Okay, let's see what happens. To get things rolling, can't we all just get along, John? What do donut rivals Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme have in common? Onomatopoeia, alliteration, assonance, or illusion? Alliteration is the repetition of the first sounds in words, and both Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme have that. So you see, they're not so different after all. You know what? Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna eat a Dunkin' Donut and a Krispy Kreme at the same time and poop them out later in one unified poop of compassion and understanding. Take a stab at space, the final frontier. If Star Trek's Mr. Spock decides to have his ears vulcanized, what will be true about them? His ears will be rounder, his ears will be stronger, his ears will be larger, or his ears will hear better. Vulcanization is the process where rubber is converted to stronger, more durable materials, so Mr. Spock's pointy ears would become stronger. Which would be great because then it would be easier for Scotty to use them to open his beer bottles. This one's called Bibla Blah Blah. What biblical album title would be appropriate for a Kesha album featuring different versions of her song Blah Blah Blah? Pillar of Salt, Jonah and the Whale, The Tower of Babel, or Birth of Jesus? The Tower of Babel is a story in the book of Genesis where God confused the language of all humans so they could no longer understand each other. Thing is, I speak English and I still have no idea what the Kesha is talking about. And on its way, Undead Anatomy. Which of these movie monsters is truly heartless? The Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein. Ready for this? A mummy's organs are removed and placed in jars during mummification, so the mummy would not have a heart. Though mummification was perfected over thousands of years, the Egyptians always had difficulty removing the water on the knee without the tweezers touching the metal sides of the game board. Then what is that red stuff shooting out of his chest when he gets a stake in the heart? What is it? Why, it's blood, of course. You just won blood from Bloodco. We have blood. Why do you need to know where it came from? This wrong answer of the game has netted you an extra 4,000. Congratulations.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
Coming up next, your hair smells like blackberry, and it's a dis or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 phrases. For each one, tell me if it's a feature of the Nexus One phone, a feature of Nexus shampoo, or both. If it's about the Nexus phone, press 1. If it's about Nexus shampoo, press the number 2. And I understand, no need for instructions. Great. Anti-breakage system, digital compass, volume control, noise cancellation, 100,001 contrast rate, heat protection, not tested on animals. I'm gonna have to enforce some roaming fees for roaming so far away from the correct answers. All this talk of phones and shampoo reminds me I need to go to the beauty parlor and make an appointment for my permanent. We've finished round 1. And you've got a pretty nice score. It's a shame there's nobody here to share it with. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. Okay, here it comes. Why not try where the Banshees live, and they do live well? How tall is the tallest stone at Stonehenge? 2 Sharon Stones high, 3 Joss Stones high, 4 Oliver Stones high, or 5 Stone Phillipses high? Oliver Stone is 6 feet tall. The tallest stone at Stonehenge is about 24 feet tall. So you could stack 4 Oliver Stones on top of each other to reach that high. The only difference between Stonehenge and 4 Oliver Stones on top of each other is I'd be upset if Stonehenge fell over. Here's a good one. I'd like to return this maid a milking, please. If you had to individually wrap all the items from the song The 12 Days of Christmas, how many packages would you end up with? 12, 42, 78, or 144? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 equals 78 individually wrapped gifts. You might want to invest in a large mallet, too. The Lords of Leaping are a lot easier to wrap when they're unconscious.
Locking chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
I call this one, Who Sort of Said This, more or less? It's time for a Who Said It question. Now Chad, our production assistant, will hand me a piece of paper with a famous quote and...
Wait, you need that now?
Yeah. Didn't get the email?
I told you, man, for business-related stuff, you gotta message me on Facebook.
So you don't have the quote?
No, but I remember it, I think. Well, let me take a stab at it.
Okay, who said, Chad?
If you poke my eye out, then, I poke out yours, then the whole world isn't gonna see anything that well, I guess.
Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., or Mother Teresa?
Oh wait, I found the quote. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And that was said by Mahatma Gandhi. Hey, that's pretty right on. I think I'm gonna start following this Gandhi guy on Twitter.
Thanks for your help, Chad.
Scrolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, I'm 99.
It's time for A Barrel of Donkeys. Which element of the classic arcade game Donkey Kong does not represent a simple machine? The stack of barrels, the slanted girder ramps, Jumpman's hammer, or Donkey Kong's elevators? Haven't you ever heard of a pulley? Well, apparently you're not as intelligent as an 8-bit ape. Oh, you're gonna kick yourself. The ramps are inclined planes, the hammer is a lever, and the elevators are pulleys. But Donkey Kong's barrel stack just sits there and it's not any kind of simple machine. I've always wondered what's in those barrels. I'm guessing thousands of rotting princess torsos.
Hold me, never let me go. Am I dreaming question?
And now, in bed. This is the part of the game where I start to feel like I need a little snack. Maybe I'll have a fortune cookie.
Cookie, fortune,
You have an unusually magnetic personality. Well, if I'm so friggin' magnetic, who's most attracted to me? Iron Man, Gold Member, the Tin Man, or the Silver Surfer? Oil can! The correct answer is, magnets barely attract gold or silver and mostly know with tin, but they sure do love iron. And if I were really magnetic, the last place I should be is near all this expensive electronic equipment. Welcome to the... Okay, if that's how you want it, here's the clue. Yeah, you spooked me all night long. I'm bringing Spooky back. Good luck. That's all she wrote!
You don't know Jack!
That'll do it, folks. What's going on, Donnie?
All right, give me the hate sign.
I'm the brazen paper towel man.
And 30 seconds, people.
Donnie here at your back and calm. Please fill me in on the number of How sad. You have no fiends. Go ahead and give me your name then. Excellent.
Okay, folks, we're getting close. 10 seconds.
Best fishes.
Run dog check, please.
6, 5,
Go to black.
4, 3.
In your coffin.
Hey, Cookie here, and this is not a purse. It's a totally acceptable man bag, okay? One player. All right, this is gonna be a party. And the wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
Country Charm Indoor Outhouses. Oh, the convenience of an indoor restroom with all the charm of crapping through a wooden hole.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Okay, no turning back. Right off the top, pleasurable measurables. Hey, remember that internet video sensation, 2 Girls, 1 Cup? Here's a clip of it now. I'm kidding, what do you think I am, some kind of sicko? Say Rachel Ray and Martha Stewart make a wholesome version of the video 2 Girls, 1 Cup featuring chocolate ice cream. If they can't find a cup and use an equivalent, what might the video be called? 2 Girls, 1/4 pint, 2 Girls, 1/2 pint, 2 Girls, 32 tablespoons, or 2 Girls, 64 tablespoons? Hello? That'd be 2 girls, 1 pint, and that's too much. Too much. It was begging to be picked. A cup in cooking terms is equal to a 1/2 pint, or 16 tablespoons. By the way, I'm filming your reaction to this question right now, and it is absolutely priceless. Next, dot your black I's and cross your P's. Which of these is Will.i.am's name in the present perfect progressive form? Will I would, will I have been, will I would be, or will I will? Yeah, tonight's not going to be a good night. It's so obvious. The present perfect progressive tense uses has or have plus been plus the present participle. As in, Will, I have been feeling very fergalicious lately. Up next, lucky number 17. What could have been a cover story for the first issue of 17 magazine? Special suffragette issue, World War II rationing fashion tips, the cutest boys of the Nixon White House, hot styles for the end of the Cold War. Time is short. I'm not a crook, but I will steal some of your cash. Correct answer, show yourself. 17 magazine was first published in 1944 during World War II. So a girl who was 17 when 17 first came out, well, she probably just reads AARP magazine now, or Dead People, the tabloid for dead people. Here's a good one. It was the best of prime time, it was the worst of prime time, and it was a dis or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 TV shows. For each one, tell me if it was on TV Guide's list of the 50 best shows of all time, or on TV Guide's list of the 50 worst shows of all time. If it's one of TV Guide's best, press 1 on your keyboard. If it's one of TV Guide's worst, press, or we could just get started. Baywatch, The Howard Stern Show, Hogan's Heroes, Bewitched, Star Trek The Next Gen, The Brady Bunch Hour, Barney and Friends. And with this performance, you would make the 50 most okay scores of all time. The Jerry Springer Show was rated the worst TV show of all time, which begs the question, have the makers of TV Guide even seen 2.5 Men? I mean, come on! You haven't seen it, have you? Just watch it once, TV Guide people. It's not like you don't know when it's on.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
And on its way, Lady Luck is a dirty tramp. Which casino game takes a lot of balls to play? Roulette, Keno, craps, or Baccarat? Oh, you're gonna kick yourself. Keno is a game of chance similar to Lotto that uses 80 balls circulating in an enclosed bubble, so it takes a lot of balls to play it. When playing Keno, it also helps to have a really big sack to put your winnings in. Well, you just took a crap on this question. But you know where you should have taken that crap? In an indoor outhouse, just like the one you won from Country Charm Indoor Outhouses. Take care of your business in complete comfort while maintaining that uncomfortable feel. This wrong answer of the game has earned you $4,000. Don't spend it all in one place. That brings a close to round one. And you're sitting pretty for someone so ugly. Don't forget, in round two, all the cash is doubled. Enough small talk. May I introduce U2SA? If you went to see U2, one of the most popular touring acts in the world, play in the biggest stadium venue in the world, how would Bono most likely open the concert? Welcome to Soldier Field! Welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway! Welcome to Beaver Stadium! Willkommen zum Olympiastadion München! At 250,000 seats, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway has the greatest seating capacity in the world, making it big enough for U2's fans. And they can actually add over 100,000 spots for ground seating as well, meaning there might even be enough space for Bono's ego. Here's one for you. Me Captain is Sue Captain.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right.
Okay, I'm gonna make this one even more worth your while by adding another $1,000 for a correct answer. Rank these captains in order of their first appearance from the oldest to the most recent. Captain Morgan's Rum, Captain Planet, Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, Captain Planet, Captain Morgan. Captain Planet, Captain Morgan, Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Planet. Good work, Captain Wrong. Watch how easy this is. Captain Morgan Rum first appeared in 1945, Captain Crunch in 63, and Captain Planet in 1990. And what do these three captains all have in common? They were usually present at the breakfast table when I was growing up.
Locking chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
Say hello to Jesus, master of the sacrifice bunt. If Major League Baseball followed the same hierarchy as the Catholic Church, what would be the AAA minor league team for the St. Louis Cardinals? The Memphis Archbishops, the Memphis Deacons, the Memphis Monsignors, or the Memphis Popes? Deacons? No. Deacons are like the T-ball of Catholicism. One right answer coming up. In the order of Catholic precedence, archbishops are just below cardinals. I do love going to a Memphis Archbishops game. Between innings, the nuns come out of the dugout and shoot Jesus t-shirts out of air cannons.
Strolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, I'm 99.
Take a stab at office politics. What do U.S. Vice President Joe Biden and Jim Halpert from The Office have in common? They're both married to a Pam, both worked for a company with Dunder in the name, they both lived in Scranton, Pennsylvania, or they're both fictional characters. Joe Biden was born in Scranton and The Office is set there. Proving once again that Scranton, Pennsylvania is the cultural and political epicenter of the United States.
Hold me, never let me go. Am I dreaming?
Here we have Oz Trippin'. Suppose the poppies in The Wizard of Oz made the Scarecrow dream about the world's #1 opium-producing country. Where would he follow the yellow brick road of his mind to? To Uruguay, to Afghanistan, to Costa Rica, or to Saudi Arabia? Afghanistan is the world's largest opium producer. And why do you think the Lollipop Guild enjoyed suckers so much? One word: ecstasy. Brace yourself. Of course, who wants to hear my yapping? No, I'm still doing it. Sorry. Here you go. You taught me everything I know. Wax on, wax off, Daniel-san. Good luck. There you have it! Ah, Grasshopper. It appears the student has become the teacher?
You don't know Jack!
Nice one, folks. Okay, Donnie, let us know what we're doing.
Just give me the...
Near the border have increased as militants on...
We're going in 30 seconds.
Oh, hi, I'm Donnie. I need to know how many people would like to parfait. One player. This should be a Febreze. Enter your name for me, if you please. Great.
Pull it together, folks. 10 seconds.
Best intentions.
Check camera 3, please.
6, 5,
Okay, fade to black.
3.
All last Tuesday, all the time.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and those toilet paper commercials with the cartoon bears terrify me. All by yourself? Yeah, well, wouldn't be the first time. And your wrong answer of the game is being sponsored by
Girly Drink Supply Warehouse. When a blue drink in a flamingo tumbler isn't enough, add some plastic.
Try to choose the wrong answer, brought to you by our sponsor, to get prizes and cash. Hang on tight, we're in for a ride. Kicking things off, oh brothers. If my grandmother is the great-grandmother of the Jonas Brothers, and the Jonas Brothers are not my sons, which they aren't, how should I refer to them at family reunions? The Jonas first cousins once removed, the Jonas second cousins once removed, the Jonas second cousins, or the Jonas first cousins twice removed? Watch your... By sharing the same grandparent with a generational gap between us, we would be first cousins once removed. To reiterate, I am not actually related to the Jonas Brothers. That's what we do at this game, we make things up, okay? Moving on. Excuse me, moving on. Let's try. I've got linguine on my boots. Italy is often referred to as being shaped like a big boot. If it's a thigh-high boot, where's Rome? Near the middle of the thigh, just below the knee, on the boot heel, or on the tip of the toes. Maybe you should have stretched properly first. Next time, try this. The city of Rome, located in the Lazio region of Italy, would put it slightly below the kneecap if Italy were a thigh high. Yes, the Italians brought us some of the greatest historical figures ever known. Mario and Luigi, Chef Boyardee, Da Vinci Codes. How about this, that, and the other question? Who is the eponymous character on Seinfeld? George, Jerry, Elaine. This would have worked. The character Jerry's last name is Seinfeld, making him the eponymous character in the show. Another word for this is titular. He's the titular character in the show. And speaking of titular, he's real and he's spectacular. No, Kramer wasn't the right answer. But a Cosmo might be the right drink for these assorted tiny umbrellas you've just won from the Girly Drink Supply Warehouse. Assorted tiny umbrellas keep your wet drinks dry. This wrong answer of the game is worth $4,000. Congratulations. Why not try Bond, Elmo Bond? And it's a dis or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 names. For each one, tell me if it's a Bond girl from a James Bond movie or a Sesame Street Muppet. If she's a Bond girl, press the number 1. If she's from Sesame Street, press the... Okay, great. Let's just get right to it. Penelope Smallbone, Mary Goodnight, Strawberry Fields, Prairie Dawn, Sherry Netherland, Abby Cadabby, Christmas Jones. That was like Pierce Brosnan level Bond. This dis or dat has been brought to you by the letters OCTOPUSSY and the number 007.
Where's the vibe, girl? Rock my world, girl. Ooh, yeah.
This one's known as The Night is Young, Angus. You know that AC/DC song, You Shook Me All Night Long? Well, on what date in the Northern Hemisphere would Shaking Me All Night Long take the least time and energy? January 22nd, June 22nd, July 22nd, or September 22nd? Yeah, you shook me all night wrong. Now pay attention. The night is the shortest it gets all year on the summer solstice, which falls right around June 22nd. Although at this age, if AC/DC is still shaking all night long, it's probably due to some unfortunate disorder. That's the end of round 1. And you should be very proud of that score, because I'm not. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round 2. Let's move on, shall we? Coming up, check your butterfly. Growing up, I had a pet butterfly I called Benjamin. Unfortunately, like most things I've loved, it died after I accidentally sat on it. If Benjamin the butterfly pulled a Benjamin button, how would its stages of life go? Egg, caterpillar, pupa, butterfly, butterfly, caterpillar, pupa, egg, caterpillar, egg, butterfly, pupa, or butterfly... Benjamin Button lived his life in reverse from old man to baby, and this one is the opposite of the usual butterfly life cycle. Oh, I'm starting to get a little tired. I'd have to sit down for this next question. Poopsie! Oh, I'm so sorry. It's time for He's a Wild Animal on the Football Field. Which NFL football team is not represented by a mammal? Chicago, Minnesota, Miami, or Arizona? Birds aren't mammals, so those Arizona Cardinals are cold-blooded. Still not sure what the Browns are.
Locking chickens picking out a mate. Guess I'll marry 8.
I call this one Quiz'em. Quiz'em? What could that mean? Oh no.
Maybe it means I'm Dak.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so
Not me. We should spend some personal time together. We should go see a musical play.
A musical? I don't know. It would have to be a really good one.
Which of these musicals has won a Pulitzer Prize for drama? Fame, Nanania, South Pacific, or Die Die Dirty?
Time's almost up. I got news for you. You're not gonna live forever. Let me show you something. Believe it or not, South Pacific won a Pulitzer Prize in 1950. Hey, Billy, say Les Miserables.
Les Miserables.
Say Bye Bye Birdie.
Die Die Dirty.
Say Porgy and Bess.
Torgy and Des. Stop making fun of me.
Strolling through the park with the sarsaparilla. For me, I'm not nine.
Open wide for M&M's with a glass of milk. Okay, M&M's were first introduced in 1941. So, say Eminem remixes some of his songs to honor the only 3 M&M's colors that have been around constantly since 1941. Which song would not be part of the list? The Real Slim Yellow Shady, Lose Yourself in the Brown, My Name is Orange, or Without Me, Green? Hey, I hear the green ones make you smarter. Or wait, was it smarter? Smart people choose this. Brown, yellow, and green have always been part of the M&M lineup. Orange was introduced later. But give orange some credit. M&M too. It ain't easy being the new color in town, especially when you've been preceded by Vanilla Ice.
Hold me, never let me go. And my dream questions.
Next up, time to class it up. Oh, look, a kazoo. What was I playing? Hungarian Rhapsody number 2 on kazoo, Rhapsody in Blue on kazoo, Blue Danube on kazoo, or Danube Brew on kazoo? Want to see the right answer? Yes, that was me playing Blue Danube on kazoo. And now I'm going to play a song by the Beatles on kazoo. We don't really have the money for the rights to any Beatles songs, but luckily I'm not very good at playing the kazoo. Step. I see you don't need me for anything. It's all yours. Everything's going to be K. Name the K, K, K. Good luck, K. That's the game! Cool! I said that with a K to be clever and question appropriate. You probably couldn't tell. It was funny though.
You don't know Jack!
Good job, everyone. Donnie, what are we doing?
Okay, give me a piece if you'd like to engage in another tourniquet of wits.
Are you in the market for a new